Hey everyone, welcome back to COCO English Studio. Do you ever feel nervous when you step onto an airplane? Like your hands get a little sweaty, your stomach feels a bit tight, and your heart beats just a little faster than normal?
Hello, guys. Welcome. And oh, totally. Airports and airplanes can be so stressful, even if you travel a lot.
Exactly. And maybe you want to ask for a simple cup of water, or you really need to find the bathroom, but the English words just get stuck in your throat. You sit there feeling afraid of making a silly mistake in front of the flight attendants.
Or worse, making a mistake in front of the stranger sitting right next to you. That is the scariest part.
Yes, it's such a common struggle for so many English learners. But please don't worry, because today we promise you're going to feel so much more confident. By the end of our chat today, you will know exactly what to say on your next flight.
We are going to learn some real practical English that you can use immediately, and we are going to have some fun today too.
Wait, speaking of fun, Nathan, I have to ask before we go any further. Is that a giant coffee stain on your shirt?
Oh man, yes it is. I was running late this morning and totally spilled my coffee in the car. Please don't look at it. I tried to wipe it off with a tissue.
I wasn't going to say anything, but it's right in the middle of your chest. It's huge. Anyway, welcome to COCO English Studio, everyone, where we keep it real and sometimes a little messy. If you love learning real, everyday English with us, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, please subscribe so I can afford to buy a new shirt.
Good point. And hey, let us know in the comments right now. Do you prefer the window seat or the aisle seat on a plane?
A window seat 100%. It's not even a question for me.
Really? No way. Aisle seat for me. Always. I need to stretch my legs.
But you miss the beautiful view. When you fly over the mountains or the ocean, it's amazing. Plus, you can lean your head on the window to sleep.
Yeah, but if you sit by the window, you are trapped. If you need to go to the bathroom, you have to wake up two other people. Excuse me, sorry, excuse me. It's so awkward.
Okay, that is true. I do hate waking people up. We can fight about this later. Today, we have a really great story for you.
Yes, we do. Nathan, you recently took a trip, right?
I did. I went to visit my family last week down south.
And you had some interesting moments on the flight, as always.
I always do. I guess things just happen to me.
So guys, Nathan is going to tell his story. I want you to just listen. Relax your shoulders. Don't worry if you don't catch every single word. Just try to understand the main idea and see if you can picture the story in your head.
Are you ready? Here we go. In the morning, I arrived at the airport very early. The terminal was so crowded. After I checked my bags, I finally got on the plane. I had a small backpack with me, but I am not very tall, and I couldn't reach the top. So I looked at a flight attendant and said, "Excuse me, could you help me put this in the luggage bin?" She was very nice and helped me right away. A bit later, I sat down and fastened my seatbelt. I was curious, so I asked the guy next to me, "How long does the flight take?" He smiled and told me it was about 4 hours. After that, the plane finally took off. About an hour later, I really needed to go, so I stopped a flight attendant walking by and asked, "May I use the lavatory now?" She smiled and said yes. The seatbelt sign was off. When I came back to my seat, the air conditioning was blowing right on my head. I caught the flight attendant's attention again and asked, "Could you give me a blanket? I feel a bit cold." She brought me a nice blue blanket. At noon, I looked out the window. The sky was beautiful. I asked my neighbor again, "How high are we?" He laughed and guessed we were around 30,000 feet. Finally, I was getting really hungry and tired, so I asked him, "When do we arrive?" He said we would land very soon. It was a pretty good flight.
Okay, wait. I have to say something right now.
What? Was it a bad story?
No, the story is great, but you talk a lot on planes. You ask that poor guy next to you so many questions.
Hey, I am a friendly person. I like making conversation.
How long is the flight? How high are we? When do we arrive? You sound exactly like a 5-year-old kid in the back of a car. Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Okay, maybe a little bit, but I was just curious. And he was super nice about it. He didn't mind at all. He was reading a magazine anyway.
That's good. You were lucky he was a patient guy. But honestly, your story is actually perfect for our listeners today. You used some really natural phrases that everyone needs to know. Let's break it down. Let's talk about the very beginning. You got on the plane and you had a problem with your bag.
Yeah, the classic problem. I had my backpack and I needed to put it up above my seat, but I'm kind of short. So I asked the flight attendant, "Excuse me, could you help me put this in the luggage bin?"
Luggage bin. That's a really great phrase. Sometimes you hear people say overhead compartment, but that sounds a bit long and formal, right?
Yeah, luggage bin or just overhead bin is what we normally say in real life. It's much easier to pronounce too. And it's always polite to start with, "Excuse me, could you help me?"
Exactly. It's so much better than just pointing at your bag and saying, help me with this. That sounds a bit bossy or rude.
Right, you definitely don't want to be rude to the person who is bringing your snacks and drinks later.
True. Always be nice to the flight attendants. Have you ever seen someone drop their bag on someone else's head while trying to put it in the bin?
Oh my gosh, yes, it happened on a flight to New York once. A guy tried to push a huge suitcase up there and it slipped, bam, right on a lady's shoulder.
See? That's why it's better to just ask for help. Excuse me, could you help me put this in the luggage bin? Perfect. And then you sat down and immediately started bothering your neighbor.
I didn't bother him, I just asked, "How long does the flight take?"
It is a good question, honestly, especially if you fall asleep and wake up and you don't know what time it is.
Do you ever do that? Wake up on a plane and feel totally confused about where you are?
Oh, all the time. I will fall asleep before we even take off. Then I wake up, look around, and I have no idea if we've been flying for 1 hour or 10 hours.
Wait, really? You fall asleep before takeoff? I can never do that. I'm always wide awake. I have to watch a movie or play games on my phone.
Oh, yeah. I put my headphones on, close my eyes, and I'm gone. But hey, in your story, you said, about an hour later, I really needed to go, and you asked the flight attendant, may I use the lavatory now?
Yes, lavatory.
That is a very specific airplane word.
It is, isn't it? If I am at a restaurant or a mall, I usually ask for the restroom or the bathroom. But on a plane, the little sign above the door always says lavatory.
Right. You can definitely say bathroom or toilet on a plane. People will 100% understand you. But lavatory is the official word. And you asked, may I use? Which is a very gentle and polite way to ask for permission.
Because sometimes the seatbelt sign is on and you aren't allowed to stand up. You hear that ding sound and you have to sit down. So it's always good to check with the crew.
Speaking of the seatbelt sign, have you ever stood up to go to the lavatory and then suddenly the plane hits a bump?
Oh, turbulence, yes. That is the worst feeling. You feel so heavy and then suddenly you feel super light. You just have to grab the nearest seat and hold on for your life.
And try not to fall on somebody.
Which I would probably do, knowing me. I am pretty clumsy.
Yeah, considering the coffee on your shirt today, definitely clumsy.
Hey, leave my shirt alone. Focus on the story. Let's talk about the freezing air conditioning.
Yes! Airplanes are always so cold. Why is that? I never understand. It's like a refrigerator in there.
I don't know, maybe to keep people awake? But the little air vent was blowing right on my head. So I asked the flight attendant, could you give me a blanket? I feel a bit cold.
I love this phrase so much. I feel a bit cold. It's very soft. You didn't yell, I'm freezing, or turn off the air.
Exactly. Flight attendants are working hard, so being gentle is key. Could you give me a blanket is perfect. Did you ever have to ask for one?
Oh my gosh, yes. I remember one time I was flying to Japan.
In the winter?
No, it was summer. So I was wearing shorts and a thin t-shirt. I was shivering for the whole flight because I was too shy to ask for a blanket. I just sat there rubbing my arms for 5 hours.
No way. You? Shy? I don't believe it. You talk all the time.
I know, but I was younger and I just didn't want to bother anyone. Now I know better. I always bring a jacket, but if I forget, I just smile and ask, could you give me a blanket?
Lesson learned the hard way.
For sure. Okay, moving on. At noon, you looked out the window and you asked your new best friend, how high are we?
Yeah, we were way up in the clouds. I was just looking at the sky. It was so bright.
It's kind of crazy to think we just sit in a metal tube, drinking apple juice, and fly at 30,000 feet in the sky.
It is. It's magic. Honestly, human beings are amazing. And then, because I was getting really hungry and tired of sitting, I asked him my final question.
Let me guess. When do we arrive?
Yes. When do we arrive? You can also say, what time do we land? But when do we arrive is super easy to remember.
Did they serve food on your flight? Because usually I know we are arriving soon when the flight attendants come and take the empty food trays away.
No, it was a shorter flight, so they just gave us some little cookies and water. I was starving. I usually just look at the little screen in front of my seat. You know, the one that has a map with a tiny airplane on it.
Oh, I love that map. I watch it more than the movies.
Me too. But my plane didn't have those screens this time. That's why I had to ask the guy.
Ah, that makes sense. See? You weren't just being annoying. You genuinely didn't know.
Thank you. Finally, some understanding from you.
Well, it really is a great story with some very useful phrases. Guys, if you are planning to travel soon, these everyday sentences will honestly save your life, or at least save you from freezing on the plane like I did.
Exactly. So how about we listen to the story one more time?
Yes, this is my favorite part. Now that we have talked about the vocabulary and you understand the whole situation, listening will feel so much easier.
Your brain knows exactly what to expect now. You will probably hear every single phrase clearly.
So relax, take a deep breath, close your eyes if you want to, and let's listen to Nathan's flight story one more time. Take it away, Nathan.
Here we go. In the morning, I arrived at the airport very early. The terminal was so crowded. After I checked my bags, I finally got on the plane. I had a small backpack with me, but I am not very tall and I couldn't reach the top. So I looked at a flight attendant and said, "Excuse me, could you help me put this in the luggage bin?" She was very nice and helped me right away. A bit later, I sat down and fastened my seatbelt. I was curious, so I asked the guy next to me, "How long does the flight take?" He smiled and told me it was about 4 hours. After that, the plane finally took off. About an hour later, I really needed to go, so I stopped a flight attendant walking by and asked, "May I use the lavatory now?" She smiled and said yes, the seatbelt sign was off. When I came back to my seat, the air conditioning was blowing right on my head. I caught the flight attendant's attention again and asked, "Could you give me a blanket? I feel a bit cold." She brought me a nice blue blanket. At noon, I looked out the window. The sky was beautiful. I asked my neighbor again, "How high are we?" He laughed and guessed we were around 30,000 feet. Finally, I was getting really hungry and tired, so I asked him, "When do we arrive?" He said we would land very soon. It was a pretty good flight.
Wow, how did that feel, guys? I am sure it was much clearer this time.
It's kind of like magic, right? Once you understand the context and the story, the words just make sense in your head.
Absolutely. And think about how good it will feel the next time you step onto an airplane.
You don't have to feel nervous anymore. No more fast heartbeat. You have the words now.
If you need help with your bag, you just smile and say, "Excuse me, could you help me put this in the luggage bin?"
If you need to stretch your legs or go to the bathroom, you can confidently ask, "May I use the lavatory now?"
And please, if the air is freezing, don't sit there shivering like I did. Just raise your hand politely and ask, "Could you give me a blanket? I feel a bit cold."
It's really that simple. Flight attendants and even the people sitting next to you want to help you. You just have to know how to ask clearly and politely.
So true. We are so proud of you guys for practicing with us today. Just showing up, listening, and repeating is the absolute best way to improve your English.
Definitely. Now, before we go, we really want to hear from you. What is your favorite thing to do on a long plane ride? Do you sleep the whole time like Jolie? Do you watch 3 movies in a row? Or do you talk to the person next to you like me?
Let us know down in the comments below. We read all of them, and we really love hearing about your travel habits.
And hey, if you had fun learning with us today, please subscribe to COCO English Studio. We make these conversation videos to help you feel completely confident in real-life situations.
And hit the like button too. It really helps our channel grow, so we can keep making these free lessons for you every single week.
Remember, making mistakes is just part of the language journey. Don't be afraid to speak. Every single time you open your mouth to practice, you are getting better and better.
Keep practicing, keep smiling, and you will get there. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day and safe travels if you are flying somewhere soon.
Bye, Nathan. I'm gonna let you go wash that coffee off your shirt now.
Oh, right. Please do. I need a lot of soap. Bye, everyone.
See ya.